Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the second match here with Sultai Jace. Again, I'm not sure what our Richard is on right now. But yeah, we won the die roll. Yeah, let's go ahead and play first. Our hand lacks green mana, but it's got some good stuff going here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it. If we can find some green mana, or basically mana of any kind. Yeah, I meant to go ahead and Inquisition on turn 1 with Darkslick Shores here. Yeah, now I feel like I'm kind of locked into Fatal Pushing, I guess, the Elf here. Heritage Druid, sure. Sweet, that's green mana. So let's go ahead and start with Inquisition, see what our opponent is sitting on here. A lot of goodies, right? Devoted Druid, Zuri. We could take a Zuri. Because Liliana can really eat up these Heritage Druids quite well. So I kind of want to take Zuri and leave them with the other Heritage Druid in hand and hope that they play the Devoted Druid. Alternatively, I could just take Court of Calling, because that card is quite scary as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Court of Calling, actually. I almost F6 there without playing my land there. Whew. Alright, so if our opponent draws like a Dwynn Elite here, then we're in a rough spot, but aside from Dwynn's Elite, I think we're okay. Devoted Druid, sure. Opponent's going to go ahead and attack here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just Fatal Push the Devoted Druid. Now, save myself some time. Abrupt Decay is a great draw here. But here, let's just go ahead and get a green source and a black source, probably. So, like, Overgrown Tomb. And we can start sending... Yeah, this seems quite good here. Alright. Alright, so our opponent drew another land here, so they have one unknown left in hand. Wow, they're just playing out the Heritage Druid? Did they draw the Dwynn's Elite? Oh, wow, Dwynn's Elite. Okay, thankfully we have the Abrupt Decay ready to go, but it does mean we slow down a little bit. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the Heritage Druid. Black, green, decay the Azuri. I'll play the land. Even though we have the Tireless Tracker, I'll play the land. And now we just hope our opponent doesn't rip, right? Sweet. I imagine they're going to come after Liliana here. Oh wow, just coming after me? Here, I think I'm okay playing Skoos, because I get to brick this Dwynn's Elite if my opponent attacks. Of course, if they have like Court of Calling, then it's a bit of a different story. Zuri, okay. Zuri's quite good here. Let's just go ahead and eat some of their creatures here and grow our Skoos. Ah, sweet. Green. Let's go ahead and get Tireless Tracker out here. Get some value. Crack Delta. Probably get a Swamp here. Oh, well, maybe I should have gotten another green source. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and target the Dwynn's Elite here. And now we're a turn off of ultimating Liliana the Last Hope. And that puts us in a really good spot. Because is it Elves you control? So that includes Azuri himself. Oh, is he casting an Elf? Yeah, okay. He's activating Azuri. which makes a lot of... Ooh, Collected Company. Wow. Okay. Okay, Elvish Archdruid, sure. Wow. Is it just Elvish Archdruid? And Elvish Mystic, okay. My opponent can't quite attack here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and crack the clue here. Looking for some removal for this Uzuri, because obviously that can get quite scared. But there we go, we found the removal. We get a Liliana emblem, and in fact, that lets us go ahead and hit Uzuri right away. They're going to go ahead and probably save their Archdruid here with a regeneration shield. Okay, Dwin's Elite works as well. And play Tarmogoyf. And I'll just go ahead and pass the turn here. Get some zombies at end of turn. Yeah. We could have cracked the clue, I think, main phase to maybe hit another land. And our opponent just hits land, which is really good for us. So let's go ahead and crack that clue. And Abrupt Decay is a great find here. We can even blow our opponent out in combat, right? Let's go ahead and play Liliana first. Make my opponent sack a creature, which I imagine is just going to be the Elvish Mystic here. And now we can start bashing in here. And hopefully our opponent makes some, like a weird trade, right? But yeah, so they can't make that block because then they're dead. So, actually, maybe I should have just pre-combated that. But looks like my opponent concedes. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go ahead and restart Magic Online real quick. Because it's getting a bit laggy for me, so I'll be right back. Okay, we are back to sideboarding here, guys. So welcome back. We're going to do about the same thing we did last time. Golgari Charm, Maelstrom Pulse, Damnation, Brutalities. All seem like they're well equipped to come in here. I think we can cut some of our card advantage engines. Liliana the Veil, again, not too great. Neither is Jace particularly. We can cut a few bobs here, especially on the draw. And then I can even see cutting an Inquisition on the draw here. Although maybe that's wrong. Maybe like we just need to maximize our early interaction here, and if we draw it late, then you know it is what it is. No, I think we need to cut it, especially because we have Collective Brutalities coming in here. So we're just kind of like becoming a green-black control deck here. Alright, deck submitted. Let's rev it up for next game here. Obviously, Liliana Last Hope. Pretty insane there. Okay, so interesting hand. I think it's ultimately going to be a keep. But this Creeping Tarpit does make life a little bit awkward. Let's see, my opponent looks like they keep their hand and they scry to the bottom. So, I imagine they have turn 1 Dork. They almost always do. Heritage Druid, yeah. So, again, this is the reason it's awkward. We have all these Serum Visions, but we can't cast them if we want a green source, which is why I'm going to go ahead and... Oof. My opponent's hand is quite rough. So maybe we have enough time here to kind of cantrip into something here. Oh, Blooming Marsh. I think I'd rather just Serum Visions, actually. Tarmogoyf. Another Tarmogoyf is okay, but I think I'd rather look for, like, removal interaction. So let's just go ahead and get that down. So next turn we can actually start, we can play Liliana, assuming our opponent doesn't draw a creature here of some sort. Shaper Sanctuary, sure. That's a really good card against us, but not against what we have going right now in terms of like... ooh, wow. I think I'll actually hold off on that Liliana here and just... Just look at my opponent's hand here and take a Coco. Yep. Great. Wow, both of these are great cards. I think I'd rather draw the Swamp next turn. That way I can hit all my land drops. But now we have Decay for the Shaper Sanctuary plus Snapcaster Mage. Our opponent can, of course, crack that Horizon Canopy, but it does mean that they're farther away from potentially casting a Collected Company. Hopefully they didn't just rip Collected Company here. It's possible that they drew... like Court of Calling? No. Okay, so they just wanted to thin their deck a little bit before they drew their card, which makes sense. Twin's a lead here. Wow, yeah, that's really good here. Hopefully they don't have double hit. Yeah, the Elves deck just cascades into ridiculousness. Yeah, thankfully like they don't have any payoff, but like this is pretty bad for us. Here, I think I'm pretty comfortable just playing these two and just blocking a little bit, right? Maybe finding one turn to blow up the Sanctuary, and then we can start blowing up creatures as well. We know Snapcaster Mage is on top, so we're going to get domed for 2 here. Thoughtseize is a pretty horrible draw, but... that's okay. Let's just go ahead and Serum Visions. Yeah, so I don't want to take damage from my lands here. From Bob, I mean. So I think I'll go ahead and Abrupt Decay the Shaper Sanctuary at end step, at my opponent's end step. So maybe that other Bob is, or that other Tarmogoyf was something I was in the market for, because it would let me both get aggressive and hold something back. Because obviously the more time we give the Elves deck, the better position they're in. Selfless Spirit, huh? This is creatures you control, right? Yeah, that's fine. Again, getting rid of the Shaper Sanctuary is going to be most important first of all. Interesting to see if my opponent has, like, Court of Calling here, but looks like they don't, which is good for us. Alright, Bob's going to go ahead and draw some... yeah, I imagine if my opponent had Coco, they would have cast it. But in this case, I think I'd like Shocking here. Playing Skoos. And now I feel comfortable swinging in there with Goyf, I think. Because we have Snap... we have Snap Up. We also have Scavenging Goose to start eating graveyards. So overall, we're in an okay... Oof. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Elvish Archdruid, huh? Yep. Seems like every time I attack with Goyf, this is what happens. But if my opponent attacks here, we still have decent blocks. Not really, huh? We don't have decent blocks. You can go Snap. So I think we just want to eat that. Run out Snapcaster Mage as a 2/2 blocker. Unfortunately, we don't have yeah, we take a lot of damage here, but We just have to clear our opponent's board a little bit. So tapping that green mana was a huge mistake on my part, right? So Liliana, oh wait, so, okay. Alright, let me, oh, cancel. Let's do this a little more methodically. Acquisition starting. Alright, there's nothing there. So now let's go ahead and play Lily. Which will downtick. Man, every time attacking with Goyf is what gets me, right? So here, again, this is green-white elves, so I'm not too scared of like something instant speed killing me here. Alright, so opponent plays the Temple Garden that we knew about. Wow, shocking it in, huh? Why? I mean, hey, sometimes our opponent just rips, right? And there's nothing we can do about that. Nettle Sentinel is a good first hit off of there. Hopefully the last one's not a Zuri. Okay, so this is, I wouldn't say manageable, but we have a turn here where we might not be dead. Attacking me makes sense. Let's go ahead and eat a Heritage Druid, gain some life, basically nullify that attack from my opponent. I think this shrinks my Goyf, right? Or do I still have Snap in the yard? Yeah, I still have Snapcaster Mage in the yard, actually. Rough. Okay, so let's go ahead and tick up Lily, discard Thoughtseize, and play another green source. So we're not dead. We have both Creeping Tarpit to block, and we have Scavenging Ooze to gain us a bit more life too, right? Because we have their Confidant and Snapcaster Mage in the graveyard, so essentially we're not dead. We're still again at the mercy of our opponent's top deck here, and this Selfless Spirit really getting in there. So there was a line, I think, a turn or two ago where I could have left Goyf back and then gone Snap Brutality on the Selfless Spirit. Again, that's hindsight, but it could have been a good play. Could have been a good play. Now it's a shame that we're not running like Cryptic Command, because we could get into a position where we grow our creatures so much such that we can do an Alpha Strike, but there's only so much that you can play here. Devoted Druid, sure. It's a body. My opponent doing that post-combat, pre-combat means they're probably not attacking with Nettle Sentinel. Interesting. So they're going for my life again, which, I mean, makes sense, but now Lily just gets to eat something for free. Whoops. Let's go ahead and gain some more life here. Scooz is getting pretty big. And if we can answer some of these, well, that's definitely not going to do it here. Fortunately, we can't attack. Our opponent goes ahead and sacks their creature here. And again, we just have to hold back. And I think we're not dead. Every time I say I think we're not dead, I don't think we're dead. I hope we're not dead. It all depends on what my opponent draws, right? Sure. We'll go to 2. And now if we don't draw something good, we're really dead. Heritage Druid. Oh, God. Yeah, so I think last turn we needed to draw something that was a non-land. So Scooz being an 8/8, look, that's great and all, but yeah, that's not going to do it, right? Because they attack with Selfless Spirit for sure. I wonder, maybe they won't go for lethal, right? It's not locked in, right? Because if we could blow them out in combat somehow, and this could buy us another turn, for maybe drawing like a Collective Brutality or a Snapcaster Mage targeting Collective Brutality, and that gains us life, gets rid of the Selfless Spirit, and could put us in a position where we're not dead. However, if our opponent Alpha Strikes here, we're dead. Alright, no Alpha Strike. Right? Means we're not dead. And we like being alive. And we're dead. Yeah. We played it out. Man, I mean, Confidant is good here, but he's not great. Maybe we can cut more hand disruption, because obviously, as we saw, it was a horrible top deck there, but overall, I think I feel comfortable just running it back. It could be an argument for adding in Jace back, and now that we're on the play, but overall, I think we just need to keep playing the same game we just played, right? Big butts, disruption, you know, the discard suite. You know, I'm not sure how much is supposed to get cut in this matchup. I feel like you're supposed to keep most of it in, though. Obviously, it gets bad in the grind, but like right here, it's great. It's perfect almost. Shaper's Sanctuary is quite annoying, so I think I'm gonna. Well, we do have a Maelstrom Pulse for it, so there is an argument to not take it, but it's just gonna cause so much trouble down the road that I think we have to take it. And like a fast line into fast line into Bob start it just feels great, obviously. Alright, so our opponent played Forest, Devoted Druid, Horizon Canopy. I imagine they'll play the Selfless Spirit. Yep. Makes a lot of sense. Definitely not blocking here. Let's go ahead and get some good hits going here. Woo! Collective Brutalities, alright. Whew, okay. So here, I think what I like doing is just hitting the Selfless Spirit. Yep. Swinging in for 2, and then playing out another Bob. The question is, what land do we get here? I kind of want to get a blue source, but at the same time, I don't want to hurt myself too much, so I think I'm just going to get a Swamp. Play another Bob, and now we're in a really good spot. Obviously, getting rid of this Heritage Druid could have been correct last turn, but ooh, lead the Stampede. Yeah, that's really good for my opponent here. Wow. Whew. All right. Damnation. Ouch. Ouch. I really want to cast with 2 modes here. Target creature gets -2, target opponent reveals his or her hand. Probably discarding this Overgrown Tomb. Wow, okay, so again, I was going to keep that second island as my second blue source, but of course now I don't have a second green source. Another Heritage Druid. Come on, come on. Oh wait, no, we knew they had that. Never mind. That's just me complaining for nothing. Is this Vizier an elf? No, it's a human cleric. So obviously we need to get rid of Azuri before we have a hope of damnationing. I imagine they could honestly hold on to Azuri, but I don't know what that does for them necessarily. It looks like they are holding on to Azuri. Goif. Yeah, so this was the issue of, like, now we don't have double green, you know? They played Heritage Druid, so they have one unknown in hand. I think we probably want to get rid of Heritage Druid here. Oh my god! Yeah, that was what I call misplaced city. Oh man, not again, not again. Okay, so that was a mistake. Ooh, another Heritage Druid. Oh boy. Now here comes Izuri, I imagine. Yeah, so like hitting Collective Brutality on Izuri would have been so nice here. But now we cut ourselves off from that line. Metal Sentinel. Yeah, our opponent has a ton of mana here. And they have a lot of regeneration shields. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. So we definitely are screwed here. Yeah, we know the last card in their hand right now. Oh, that's right, they can't be regenerated. What am I doing? Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, I'm a little bit rusty over here. It's been a while. Yeah, that would have been a prime opportunity to cast Damnation. And you all are probably screaming at me. Just absolutely screaming at me. Hopefully we don't die to Bob next turn. That's the hope here. Oh no. Oh no. Did they draw the Archdruid? Oh no. Oh, the punishment. Are we dead? I don't think we're dead. We're not dead. We would have been dead. But now we're not dead. Right? Because if they actually pumped Pendelhaven before they played the Archdruid, then we would have been dead. We might still be dead because, you know, we got Bobs over here. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my gosh. Alright. Yeah. Well, now we just attack, right? I can't imagine my opponent doesn't block here, but yep, sure. Oh, nope. Yeah, I guess I could have just done the thing, but maybe I'm getting in for what? Look, just and that kills the most things, right? Not that it matters that much. We're not playing Teamer Battle Rage here. Well, we got 4 free damage, and that's more than I expected. Yeah, so now I'm forced to Damnation. The question is, do we keep up Fatal Push here? I don't think there's any reason to. I think we can just go ahead and yeah. This is good because we actually have Lethal next turn and Brutality, Snap Brutality. And I don't think there's any way that we die this turn. Yeah. Go to 1 here. Get a Forest. Let's go ahead and cast it with all 3 modes. Discarding Push and Jace. Yeah, so I made a few misplays there, but ultimately yeah, so I was just letting him know I forgot Damnation had the regeneration clause, but I would have made that play a lot sooner probably. It turned out fine, but it could have been really bad. I think my opponent might have had the kill if they Pendelhaven pre-combat. But yeah, that was the second match here against Elves. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and stay tuned for another match soon. Alright guys, welcome to the closing comments here with Sultai, Midrange, with Jace the Mind Sculptor. Let's talk about the deck and how it performed. So overall, I think the deck was awesome. I think the pilot, which is, you know, me over here, could use a little bit of practice, right? So green-black X strategies, they're not my forte, right? I'm a hardcore Jeskai blue-white player, so this is definitely a bit out of my comfort zone. However, I do think the power level is here. I think the configuration is solid. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having one more Jace here somewhere, and maybe like cutting a Scooz and just playing one Scooz. But honestly, like, I think this deck is great. I think Jace is powerful. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Jace at all until a point where we're already winning. And it's honestly not that good against green-black Elves anyways, right? So match 1, I think I could have played a bit better. Our opponent had some good draws that overshadowed what we were doing. And so in that first match, I think you know, the deck showed its shortcomings, right? We don't handle super go-wide decks very well, right? We can handle Affinity, where one of their threats is really powerful and maybe the rest are small. But the thing is with Elves, like, they just go very wide and then they pump their board. And so it's really difficult, especially when they have Collected Company and Instant Peed, Court of Callings and Tricks and things like that. So overall, while you know, I made some player errors as well, I think the deck is also very powerful, and we're not necessarily well positioned against them. But I would say it's pretty close. I do think we're advantaged, but not by much, right? I think it's close to 55-45, maybe 60-40. That's pushing it. Overall, I think you know, Elves can, especially on the play, can do a good job of just totally destroying us, right? Anyways, match 2, I think the deck showed its strength a little bit better, right? We had some functional draws, and even though we still misplayed, you know, I think 2 or even 3 times in that second match, the deck was able to pull us out of that, right? And of course, in green-black Elves, we did side out one Jace the Mind Sculptor, so we didn't see him very much at all. But he is powerful, and he is useful, and I think going forward, I might even want to play 3 in a mid-range deck like this. But yeah, that's the closing comments here with Sultai Midrange. You know, I think Jace, in terms of its power level in Modern, like as you saw against Elves, like, I don't even want Jace. I don't even want Liliana, right? There's all these decks that, honestly, like, Jace might not even be that good against, you know? I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but, like, Burn, Affinity, Elves, the deck we just played against, right? There's, and even, like, if you think some of the big mana decks, like, what, Valakut, Tron is Amulet Bloom, like, these are decks that are in the format, right? Sure, Jace wins you a lot of percentage points in the grindy and fair matchups, but he does close to nothing against, you know, the closer to aggressive / big mana matchups and unfair matchups, right? So, anyways, those are my thoughts on the deck, what Sultai Midrange does and what it can do. I'm really excited. I think you'll see me playing this deck far more. I actually own the entire deck right now on Magic Online, which is awesome. And so you'll probably see me revving this deck up in a modern competitive league once Jace becomes legal on Magic Online, in terms of the, you know, modern competitive league, and you know, actual events. And we'll see how the meta shakes out, right? Because I have no idea what to expect. What I saw while playtesting in the Modern Open area, freeform area, which we were just a bunch of random people playtesting the new Modern, I saw a couple Bloodbraid Elf brews, and I saw a couple, you know, more than a couple, like, Blue-Red X Jace decks, right? So there was Blue-Red Moon with Jace, which was so powerful. Like, it just blew me out of the water. And then there was also Grixis Jace, which was crazy, right? They have, like, 3 Azcanthas, Thought Scours, Snapcaster Mates, Kolaghan's Commands, like, 3 to 4 Jaces. That deck was awesome. So I think that's honestly where we'll see Jace move towards. But we'll also see it in blue-white, and that's the other deck that I'll be playing, you know, with Jace with in the upcoming days here, which is blue-white Jace the Mind Sculptor, and I'm sure we'll see it in Jeskai as well. Anyways, that was a little wrap up there. Thank you all so much for watching the closing comments here, and stay tuned for the blue-white control matchup, you know, after this. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and see you later.